Hi, my name is Lexis Slovan, and today I'll be talking about a training program that my colleague and I created for Women's Division I volleyball. Volleyball is a non-contact sport gaining tremendous popularity across the world with approximately 200 million players. It is characterized by repetitive movements of upper and lower extremities with the use of speed, agility, upper and lower body muscular power, and maximal aerobic power. Volleyball players possess technical skills and individual physical performance capacities such as spiking, blocking, and serving. Volleyball is composed of various physiological, biomechanical, and repetitive skills. Therefore, a thorough needs analysis is essential to detail the sport-specific demands for volleyball athletes. Volleyball players are prone to a variety of upper and lower body injuries in regions of the ankles, knees, and shoulders. Common injuries among volleyball players are ankle sprains, patellar tendonitis, and shoulder tendonitis. Ankle sprains commonly occur due to player position on the court or after a previous ankle sprain. Two main factors that lead to ankle sprains include players landing on the foot of an opponent in the conflict zone, under the net, or players landing on the foot of a teammate after a two-man block. Patellar tendonitis occurs due to volleyball players spending a majority of their time jumping during training, such as drop jumping, loss of balance, and one-footed landing. Another factor that causes this type of injury is the number of years a volleyball player has competed. Overhead skills such as serving and spiking has been known to cause injuries to the shoulder and cause shoulder tendonitis, specifically in the rotator cuff. These movements cause the shoulder to go through frequent cycles of abduction and external rotation of the shoulder. These injuries occur based on specific skills such as blocking, spiking, and serving, as well as player position on the court. Volleyball players are frequently jumping during both practice and competition. In order to prevent injuries in volleyball, it is crucial to improve jumping and landing mechanics. Therefore, it is important to analyze players' kinematics to give proper feedback. Volleyball is characterized by short durations of high-intensity events with low periods of low-intensity activity. High-intensity exercises include jumping, spiking, blocking, diving, and serving. Volleyball athletes must have a well-developed aerobic and anaerobic system. Energy is developed anaerobically by the adenosine triphosphate phosphocreatine system, or ATP-PCR, and developed aerobically by oxygen to create ATP. Conditioning for volleyball requires training the energy production system to produce more energy at a greater rate for a longer period of time, and the neuromuscular system to produce more force. Volleyball athletes are assessed using a variety of field and weight room tests to determine their ability to perform in their sport. Field testing among volleyball players consists of vertical jump to assess jump height and explosive power, agility for quickness and change of direction, aerobic endurance, and anaerobic capacity. There are 4 types of vertical jumps that can be tested and be divided into standard and sport-specific tests. The standard jumping tests include the counter movement jump and squat jump, while the sport-specific tests consist of the block jump and the attack jump. The counter movement jump will be used to test volleyball players' lower body power. The counter movement test is performed by standing in an upright position, then a quick downward movement. Knees are flexed at approximately 90 degrees, followed by an explosive vertical movement as high as possible in one sequence. Volleyball is known as a court sport and commonly involves a change of direction of 180 degrees within a short distance of roughly 5 meters. Therefore, an agility test can be a reliable indicator for change of direction. The agility test was executed by 4 5-meter sprints with 3 180-degree turns. Anaerobic capacity was assessed using the 150-yard shuttle run. The 150-yard shuttle run consisted of 6 25 yards equaling 150 yards, that were performed as quickly as possible with 3-minute rest between trials. Weight room testing for volleyball athletes involved the following repetition max testing: 1 rep max squat, 1 rep max deadlift, and 1 rep max power clean. All of these exercises improve lower body muscle power in the form of vertical jumping and sprinting. In addition, squat, deadlift, and power cleans are associated with sport-specific movements in the game of volleyball. Explosive weight room exercises include cleans, jerks, and snatches, which should be emphasized due to the biomechanical similarity of performing a vertical jump. 1 rep max is considered the most representative of strength for those who are specifically trained and have a high training age. Muscle strength plays a major role considering performance in power exercises. For our periodization table, we used a block style followed with a download. Periodization training method involves planned intervals of rest. Our macro cycles of our program consist of off-season, pre-competition phase, preseason, and in-season. For our program, training will occur Monday through Friday with Saturday and Sunday as recovery days. Volleyball players will train a total of 33 weeks and focus on 7 mesocycles. The seven mesocycles will include anatomical adaptations, muscular endurance, hypertrophy, basic strength, basic power, max strength, and max power. For both anatomical adaptations and muscular endurance, it will include high training volumes, low training intensities, and a larger variety of training means that are structured to develop general motor abilities and skills. Hypertrophy consists of training intensity that is low to moderate and the overall volume is high. The primary goals of this mesocycle is to increase lean body mass and develop an endurance base. Basic strength increases the strength of the muscles that are essential to the primary sport movements. These involves heavy loads at low volumes. Basic power intensifies to near competitive pace, performing power and explosive exercises at low to very high loads with low volumes. Max strength further increases strength and power by an increase in training intensity and decreased volume. Max power is where athletes are spent practicing sport-specific skills and tactics. Our program consists of 5 different training cycles. This includes core and balance, energy system development, speed, agility, and quickness, plyometrics, and resistance. Volleyball consists of dynamic and explosive movements that requires a stable core to perform a variety of technical skills. Core and balance training will consist of various surfaces, stable and unstable, and stimuli to challenge the neuromuscular system. Volleyball matches involve repeated bouts of high-intensity play with short durations of rest. Due to minimal recovery time during the estimated 90 minutes of play, aerobic training can maintain an elevated intensity during high performance and improve the time it takes to recover throughout the game by enhancing endurance. Anaerobic training consists of muscular power and maximum velocity through sprinting and jumping performed in volleyball. Volleyball involves high-speed actions where athletes are required to make quick decisions in reaction to sport-specific tasks. Speed is an ability that volleyball players must acquire, but due to the confined space of the court, the ability to reach maximum speed is limited. Agility requires volleyball players to react to the ball by moving the body without loss of control. In addition, agility consists of multiple changes of direction by using eccentric and concentric muscle actions during explosive and quick movements. The stretch shortening cycle is utilized during this action by increasing concentric muscle force. Volleyball players utilize agility and the stretch shortening cycle by sprinting approximately 5 meters and performing sharp turns. Quickness is the ability to move from one point to another in the least amount of time. It is crucial to improve the skill to adapt to the small area of the court. Plyometrics in volleyball requires athletes to perform repeated jumps, frequent sprints, and changes of direction. Plyometric exercises can improve the neuromuscular system, power output, and jumping ability. Plyometric involves rapid lengthening of muscles during explosive movements, eccentrically and concentrically. Plyometric training can be used to increase vertical jump, which is an essential component while using explosiveness. To increase performance, resistance exercises should mimic the mechanisms and forces associated with volleyball skills. Volleyball players utilize strength by applying force during specific biomechanical movements. One way to increase performance is to perform unilateral and bilateral exercises. Unilateral exercises, such as lunges, step-ups, and pistol squats, are integrated as a variation to bilateral exercises such as a squat. Unilateral exercises are beneficial because volleyball requires production of force from a single leg during running, bounding, changing direction, and jumping. Bilateral squats are useful in the beginning of training to create a foundation of strength. Specifically, a back squat will help develop a strong lower back, hips, glutes, and thigh muscles. By incorporating both unilateral and bilateral exercises will build overall strength. Volleyball players can obtain neural and functional adaptations through resistance training. Resistance training can enhance performance by reducing the amount of cortical activation, which interferes with correctly performing an exercise. Functional adaptations can be acquired by training strength, power, and local muscular endurance. Strength can be improved by high resistance with few repetitions. Muscular power combines both strength and speed of movements. And lastly, local muscular endurance is indicated by the ability to endure muscle fatigue with less than maximal resistance. For our program, we focused on 3 mesocycles: basic power, max strength, and max power. Our program design is in the order of power, lower push, lower pull, lateral, transverse, and accessory exercises. Day 1 is lower body heavy, Day 2 is upper body heavy, Day 3 is lower body moderate, and Day 4 is upper body moderate. The volleyball athletes previously learned how to do low pull and high pull and now have progressed to performing hang clean for their power exercise on Day 1. Volleyball players perform 6 reps due to being a heavy lower body day with a 90-second rest. 90 seconds rest is given in order to replenish the energy system and allow the athlete to have the ability to perform the exercise with full effort. On Day 3, it is performed moderately, and volleyball athletes will be doing an alternative exercise. Instead, their power exercise will be dumbbell power cleans. On Day 1 of max strength, volleyball players perform 6 reps of barbell lateral lunges with 90-second rest. This exercise specifically works abduction in the frontal plane. Because Day 3 is moderate, volleyball players perform kettlebell lateral lunges. For Day 2 of max power, volleyball athletes perform 6 reps of barbell bench press with 90-second rest. This will be their upper body push exercise. On Day 4, volleyball players will perform dumbbell Arnold press moderately. Thank you for viewing this video, and please let me know if you have any questions.